Hey guys, welcome back to the Cryptos channel. So today the crypto market is looking really very good. All is green. The total market cap is $1,413 billion, and Stellar XLM is sitting at 39 cents, almost 40 cents, with an increase of the price for the last 7 days of 23%. Really great. And as you know, this month actually USDC is live on Stellar, and Daniel Dixon tweeted, "So happy to share that USDC is now live on Stellar. The integration of the world's leading digital dollar stablecoin brings immense value to Stellar's ecosystem, connecting and creating new business opportunities to optimize payments, especially cross-border transactions." And another tweet from Stellar: "In less than a week, we've already seen how USDC has taken off on the Stellar network. Daniel Dixon reports on how businesses are already using USDC and what this means for use cases on Stellar." Let's take a look at this video from Daniel Dixon.
Well, hello, Stellar ecosystem. We're about 1 week into USDC being live on the Stellar network. And not only has the reception to USDC joining our ecosystem been amazing, we've also seen some real impact. So I want to talk about some numbers. 5.5 million in total supply, more than 715 accounts with trust lines already created, almost $1 million in total trades. It's clear that this is just the start. So many folks see the potential that Stellar USDC has to offer, combining the maturity of Stellar with its established global network of stablecoins, with USDC's liquidity, APIs, and its position as a trusted digital dollar stablecoin. In just less than 1 week, we already see these numbers. Taken together, that is going to drive a number of exciting use cases, especially from the cross-border payments perspective. So now we're heads down to help connect and create the business opportunities for existing Stellar-based businesses, USDC's network of existing partners, and of course, future fintechs looking to leverage this technology. And that important work is already well underway within Stellar's ecosystem. Companies like Cowrie, Finclusive, ClickPesa, and Wire are in the process of integrating Stellar's USDC today. We're going to be sharing insights from them here on social media throughout the next few weeks to give you a taste of what you can expect to come from these innovative businesses as a result of this exciting integration. So here's the bottom line. The future is ours, and the future is now, and I just can't wait to see where this all takes us. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome week.
So only great bullish news for Stellar XLM from the start of the year. Really great. And I want to continue with a blog post from the World Economic Forum, actually. Key takeaways on digital currency from the Davos agenda. Digital currencies are poised to have an impact on the financial system. About 86% of central banks are exploring the benefits and drawbacks of central bank digital currency. Leaders in blockchain came together at Davos agenda to discuss the required levels of regulation and prerequisites for financial inclusion. Design, governance, and provision of sufficient liquidity are among the key principles that are important to get right. Digital currencies, whether these are central bank issued, price stabilized cryptocurrencies, or also known as stablecoins, or non-stabilized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, are poised to have an impact on the financial system. In recent months, we have seen new heights in Bitcoin prices to $30,000 to $40,000 per Bitcoin, which has led to tremendous media coverage and growth in retail and, according to some sources, institutional interest and investment. The recent BIS survey found that 86% of central banks are now exploring the benefits and drawbacks of a CBDC. and about 60% of central banks are conducting experiments or proofs of concept, while 14% are moving forward to development and pilot arrangements. For example, Project Helvetia with the Swiss National Bank, Turkey. In addition, one of the first use cases to move into production has emerged in 2020 with the live CBDC in the Bahamas, the Sand Dollar. During panel discussions, key conversations arose on global readiness to adopt digital currencies, the extent to which regulation should support innovation, and some prerequisites for financial inclusion. Responding with his vision of where CBDCs and other forms of digital currency fit in the current financial system, Governor Bailey sees the answer as nuanced. He acknowledged that immense innovation in digital payment mechanisms had taken place in recent years, but cautioned that there were still considerable gaps to fill to reduce the cost of cross-border payments. Among those key governance challenges is the question of regulation and the potential competition between CBDC and privately issued digital currencies. According to Senior Minister Tharman, when regarding this innovative landscape, the intention is not to stop the race. The private sector players have been a source of fresh ideas and solutions, but they cannot be left on their own. The payment system is a public good and therefore needs to be regulated, interoperable, and safe. Further, it needs to have the necessary transparency to avoid the risk of money laundering and illicit finance. Additionally, international players must collaborate with each other and international regulators to lay down the fundamental principles for such regulation. So cryptocurrencies are definitely going mainstream, and we're just waiting for clearer global regulations and global frameworks in order for the cryptocurrencies to be actually adopted worldwide. And I want to show you the website. This website, Digital Financing Task Force, the United Nations Secretary General's Task Force on Digital Financing of the Sustainable Development Goals, harnessing digitalization to finance a sustainable future. The UN Secretary General's Task Force on Digital Financing of the Sustainable Development Goals report highlights the historic opportunity to accelerate and expand the transformative impact of digitalization in financing the SDGs. So I just want to show you here the digitalization and finance. Digitalization is revolutionizing finance. The task force distilled the fundamental features of digital financing and explored how it is changing possibilities for citizens using the financial system, whether as buyers or sellers, savers, borrowers, investors, or taxpayers. And here on digital financing trends and insights, we can see global monetary systems face new questions and challenges as new models mature and blockchain-powered cryptocurrencies emerge and seem poised to go mainstream. Technology solutions are still developing and finding valuable uses, with artificial intelligence making great leaps in recent years and blockchains and the Internet of Things still in search of the best applications to finance. And also fundamentals of digital financing, innovation in financial products, enterprises and markets. Digitalization enables new business models such as cryptocurrencies and crypto assets, peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding platforms, online marketplaces, and aggregators, smart devices, linked or index-based insurance. These are not just cheaper ways of doing existing things, but offer new ways of bringing together fractionalized interests in financing decisions, such as by local communities, young people, parents, and other interest-based groups. And I want to show you this video here.
We are at a fundamental crossroads. Digitalization can advance us more rapidly in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, or it can deepen exclusion, divide us further, increase inequality. The choice is ours. For the first time, digital technology can put economic power into the hands of people, the people that own today's global financial resources. What if every citizen was empowered to make financial choices that support the SDGs and was able to ensure that every last dollar was spent on what really matters to them, family, community, their country, and the planet? Let's put citizens in the driving seat by enabling them to use their savings to finance their long-term development.
Increasingly, mobile platforms and data analytics are bringing sophisticated financial services to mass markets. Governments are digitalizing public finance, whilst a third of US public equity trades are now being carried out by computer-managed funds.
Digital technologies, which are revolutionizing financial markets, can be a game changer in reaching our shared objectives.
The UN Secretary General invited 17 global leaders from around the world in areas as diverse as financial regulation, policy, financial technology, financial institutions, and other experts to form a task force to consider how best to harness digitalization in advancing financing of the Sustainable Development Goals.
We have not begun to understand quite how transformative much of what we refer to perhaps as digital finance or fintech will be in the years to come.
What we've been tasked with is to look at digitalization and to try and understand how digitalization can be used and can be harnessed to finance the SDGs.
Today, they have completed their task, prepared a report that includes an ambitious action agenda that will fulfill the mandate that was set to them.
Here in Zimbabwe, 90% of the adult population is already registered on EcoCash, the mobile money platform. Because of this deep penetration, it enabled us to retool, repurpose rapidly during this COVID-19 crisis. Employers were still able to pay their employees while they were still at home without incurring any additional fees. We also launched a COVID digital insurance, where anyone who held insurance and came forward for testing, and if they tested positive for COVID, immediately received a $5,000 payout.
Our Pathfinder initiative, the Digital Governance of Infrastructure initiative, or as we call it, Infrastructure 360, enables investors, governments, citizens to have a complete view of nearly every piece of information about infrastructure projects globally. This will enable governance, but it will enable more funding to go to the right type of infrastructure projects to support the SDGs.
We are channeling domestic micro savings into mega investments and then using blockchain to track accountability of these funds. This would offer domestic micro savers a choice of projects that they will invest in, such as particular roads or bridges, sanitation systems, or hospitals. This approach would deliver significant reduction in the cost of capital as well as economic multiplier effects as dividends flow to poor Bangladeshi citizens.
All of these solutions require better digital infrastructure, enhanced capabilities, and universal access. Defenses are needed to ensure against cyber vulnerability, fraud, illicit financial flows, and algorithms that can discriminate against particular groups. Digitalization needs to enhance the alignment of finance with the SDGs rather than, for example, increasing short-termism or market concentration. Realizing these solutions, overcoming barriers, and mitigating risks requires concerted actions by many different actors, by policymakers and financial regulators, by financial institutions in the markets themselves, including new fintech innovators, by development institutions operating at both the national level and the international level, as well as standards makers, experts, and civil society actors. Just as today's crisis has pushed us to take greater advantage of the digital world, so digitalization can help us to better align financing with the Sustainable Development Goals.
That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will leave the links to this website and to this blog post article from the World Economic Forum in the description under the video, so you can check them out, and you can find a lot of hyperlinks here in this blog post article, and you can find them very informative. So if you want, you can check them out. Again, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Be safe and see you next time.